I would like quickly review a security system of database engine of SQL Server 2016. First, I would like to explain the difference between a user and a login. It seems there is some confusion. Then I will show you how to create a server login and SQL database user. We're going to overview fixed server and database roles. We'll create user-defined role, and I will explain some cases where it might be needed. Then we're going to play with the grant, deny permissions and roles to the login that we created, and we're going to finish by dropping login and a user. So let's try. First, we'll do it in SQL Management Studio. We'll do it in a SQL script. So, what is the difference between SQL user and a login? Sounds very similar, but it is not. Login is used for authentication into SQL Server to grant an access to the server. On the other hand, user is used for authorization into SQL database to grant an access to the database. So let's try it in practice. First, let's log into SQL Server. This is our SQL Server. Those are our databases. So everything outside, it belongs to SQL Server level. So what do you think we need to create in order to connect to the SQL Server? User or login? The correct answer is login. So in order to create a login to SQL Server, we go to security. These are my logins. So right click on new login. We're gonna make it SQL Server authentication. I'm gonna give a creative password 12345. 12345. We're gonna call it new login. Done. So let's see what can we do with this newly created login. For that, I ran parallel instance of SQL Server right here. So let's try to connect. We connected. So let's see if we can do anything. Let's go to sample database. We can't. We cannot access any database. So I pretty much have no rights to do anything. So in order to connect or do anything, we need to create a user inside of database, and for particular database, let's say for sample. How can we do this? Okay, we'll go back to our admin level account. So in order to create a user for a sample database, we go to sample database, we go to security folder right here, we go to users, and we're gonna create new user. We're gonna type a username sample user, right? And username, and login name is, what do you think login name is? So a new login. We can check it even. We can browse and we can select new login. So we map and check everything is fine. We'll map new login to the user. So right now the user is a physical entity inside of a sample database, and default schema is always DBO. So the sample user. Now we have a user. Now we should be able to open let's refresh our databases to open our sample database. Oh, see, well, at least we have an access to database. Wow, we don't see any tables, so we just physically can't go to the database. We have 0 rights. So how can we fix that? We need to assign some permissions. So let's go back to our admin level instance of server. To assign permissions, we would go to security folder. Makes sense, right? These are users. This is our baby user. So we right click properties, and we can go to the membership, which is roles. Those are these database roles. Let's talk a little bit about them. These are fixed database roles. First, DB owner. This is like the main guy who does anything he wants, can perform almost all activities in the database. Second access admin. We can remove him, add users, a reader writer, the one who can read and write in database. DDL is the one who can create objects, is data description language. We covered DDL in a SQL part of the book. Then there's security, who can assign security permissions, backups, and last two, actually they are not permissions, they are negative permissions. If you click those, the first one, deny data reader, user cannot see anything, and db deny data writer, user who cannot change any data in the database. So these are these database roles. So let's try to assign some database role. Let's say permission db data reader. If we do that, our user would be able to read from the database. So let's go back to the refresh tables, so we can see the tables. Let's go to the select from the table. As you can see, we can select from the table, therefore we can read. But if we would try to edit, let's try to edit the name, put some character, we get an error, but we don't have any other permissions. We don't have permissions to update. Go back. So if I remove permission to read, actually let's do all opposite. Instead of removing read permission, I'm gonna add deny read permission, which will override this permission. So let's see what happens. So right now, if I refresh tables, I get an error. So pretty much I'm losing my permission. So by adding extra deny permission, I overwriting my previous permission. So that's a tricky permission, so keep it in mind. So let's create our own permission, user defined permission, because in some cases those permissions might not be enough. We might want to have some special permission. Let's create a new role. When you're creating a new role, you go to the roles, database roles, right click on a role, new role. Let's role call it db exe select. For some reason I want to execute a selected. Now we have to grant those permissions to the role we just created. So we come back to the database, right click on it, go properties, go permissions. I'm gonna search for objects. The objects is right here, we can browse. Here we go. This is our db perm exe select permission. Now we can grant. We can grant with grant. With grant means if the user can give the same permission to another user, or we can deny. So let's try to find execute permission and select permission. So in this case, this user should be able to select and execute. Let's see if it works. We're assigning just created permission exe select to the user, and let's go back and see if yes, he definitely can read, he definitely can select. So let's try to execute some stored procedure. Say SP server info, which should give us information about the server. Great, it works. So we just created login, user, and user role with a special permission. So that's how it's done. On a server level, it is very similar case. Let's go database. This is our login, and we can assign, by the way, these are server roles, and we can assign server roles to their server login. So let's talk about a little bit about server roles. These are fixed server roles. First one, sysadmin, is pretty much the main one. Performs any activities in a database system. Server admin configures server settings. Setup admin can install replicas, manage extended procedures. Security admin manages permissions. Process admin manages systems processes. DB creator, the one who can create database, and disk admin. So these are server roles. So let's finish by deleting everything we have done. So first let's drop the role we just created. Delete. Let's delete the user. Delete. And right now, go back to server level. Let's go back to server level. And let's delete our newly created new login. And by the way, this is a generic message just saying it does not delete databases associated with their login, so we're okay with that. Okay, we're done. I hope you enjoy the lesson.